When the first 11 characters were released, the game plan was pretty basic. Run around, get weapons, and use said weapons to kill enemies. The one who broke that game plan, however, was series Fauna. May she forever be in our hearts. Fauna pioneered the gameplay loop of the healer character, where rather than relying on weapons to deal damage, she would instead rely on her skills to convert any healing she received into damage. Since then, there have been many characters who have added their own unique spin on the healer archetype, but every single character has the same loop, where the healing gets converted into damage, which is then used to kill the enemy. However, what if you could bypass the damage and just heal to defeat enemies? Then, you would get Tsunomaki Watame. Watame's starting weapon, Tsunomaki Harp, creates a small blast around Watame. At max level, she gets a target shot that fires at a random enemy. You can't aim with this weapon, and its damage is pretty mediocre, so it's pretty unreliable as a main damage source. Watame's special attack, Watame Beam, fires beams in 8 directions as well as Giant Beam in the direction you're aiming at. The Giant Beam has a very slow rotation, so if you're trying to hit something specific, I suggest aiming before activating her special. Her first skill, Watame Night Fever, increases Watame's healing proportional to her level and makes it so that every 15 seconds, Watame gets healed a portion of her health and gets a speed boost for 15 seconds. Her next skill, increases Watame's haste and makes it so that all enemies near Watame receive a debuff that makes it so that they take damage equal to 95% of the healing they receive. If this skill seems like it's worded strangely, that's because it is, and it is because it's meant to synergize with her next skill. Her last skill, Have a Nice Day, makes it so that whenever Watame gets healed, nearby enemies will also receive 1.75 times the healing that she received. This extra healing is stored by the enemies, and if it exceeds their current health, then they get killed. In essence, this skill will give the enemies healing while Giri Giri Watakanai damages the enemies proportional to the healing they get from Have a Nice Day, and the vicious cycle will spin until the enemy dies. It is important to note that while Have a Nice Day is the main thing killing the enemies, it is not a damaging skill, meaning it can't be buffed with things like Beetle or Gorilla's Paw. In addition, this skill being Watame's main offensive tool means Watame herself has very little in offensive capabilities that actually damage enemies, meaning she'll take a lot more time to kill bosses compared to other characters. So be ready for some long battles of attrition. While Watame's 2 skills provide a novel way of eliminating enemies, they are accompanied by the drawback that Watame doesn't have that much innate healing in her kit. As such, you will need to get healing items to boost Watame's offensive capabilities. Uber Sheep is a strong pick in the early game because its large amount of burst healing is often higher than the starting enemy's health, so grabbing a burger will often translate into a large number of kills, and you can later turn the item into Jinkisakan. Jinkisakan and Band-Aid are strong picks for her due to Jinkisakan's immense amount of healing and Band-Aid's percent-based healing that can rack up large numbers, which are preferable over rapid heals, as Watame kills enemies based on the potency of her healing, not the frequency. Full Meal is pretty much the best item you can get on Watame because of this. I also like to get Nurse's Horns just for a little extra healing on the side, but with Jinkisakan, Band-Aid, and Full Meal, it feels kind of extraneous. I usually just grab some defensive items and then just AFK with her, because once you've got enough healing, you're gonna have a harder time dying than surviving. So, that's Watame. Thanks for watching. Please let me know who you'd like to see next. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for future videos, and happy holocuring.